Today I'm making a clay frog. I'll start by separating my ball of clay into two pieces. As you can see, one is slightly smaller than the other. I'll set the small one aside and work with the larger one. I'm going to make a pinch pot. I'll start with a ball and stick my thumb right inside of it like that. Now with my thumb still in the clay, I'll turn and pinch to make the hole my thumb is in wider and deeper like a small bowl. So that's why it's called a pinch pot, because it's made by pinching. You'll want to make sure that the sides of your pinch pot aren't too thin. They should be the thickness of a good cookie. So there's my pinch pot. Now I'm not going to be using this as a bowl or a pot. This is my frog's open mouth. So it's going to set sideways on the table. So I could curve it into a smile if I want. I could curve it down into a frown, or just leave it as it is, which I'm going to do. And I'm just smoothing out some of the cracks with water, just a tiny bit of water. Now I'll grab the clay I had set aside earlier and take two little pieces off of it to make eyes. So I'll roll two little balls, which will go on top of the frog's head. But I can't just put them on like this and expect them to stick. I need to do something really important called score and slip. So first I'll use my stick tool to kind of scratch the surface where I want to put the eyes. Just make a couple little tiny scratches. Then I'll dip my finger in some water and I'll dab a little bit of water onto the scratched surface. Now I'll put the eyes in place and smooth them on so that I know that they're stuck. And you can even use your stick tool to kind of smooth them on, become one with the head. Just like that. When you score, slip, and smooth, your clay project will stay together, and if you don't do it, it might fall apart when it dries. I used my stick tool to make some pupils for the eyeballs to give my frog some personality. And now it's time to make the tongue. I'll just take another chunk from my set-aside clay, and I'll make it into a flat oval shape. Now, of course, I can't just place it inside the mouth. I need to score and slip. So scratch the surface, add a tiny bit of water, and then smooth it on really good. You can make your frog's tongue long or short or curved or straight. You can even make a little fly sitting on top if you want to. And again, I'm smoothing it out with a little bit of water. Now it's time to make the legs. So I'm going to make two tiny front legs and then two larger back legs. So I'm gonna need two flat ovals and then two coils or snakes, which I can roll between my hands or on the table. The two small legs are going to go on the front of the frog. They're just gonna be little flat oval shapes. And of course I will score and slip to put them on there. So right in the front like this, two little legs. Score and slip, scratch the surface, add some water, smooth the little legs on, make them become one with the frog. For the bigger legs, the coils, I'm going to bend them into an S shape because that's how frogs sit with their little bent legs. And I'm going to score and slip and attach these onto the sides of my frog, either side. Just like that. Of course, I have to score and slip, scratch the surface, add a little water, smooth it on, becoming one with the frog. And I'll do the other leg, an S shape. Put it on the side, score and slip. Now another thing to remember, like I've been doing in the video, you can use water to smooth out any cracks in your clay, but you shouldn't use too much water because then your clay will get very soggy and it'll start being impossible to sculpt with it. So a little bit of water is your friend. And the smoother your frog is, the better it'll look and the easier it will be to paint when it's dry.